And I'll repeat this part. A man is a leader in a relationship. Everything starts with him. A woman must be okay with his ways of doing things. That's why if you choose a man who can think beyond his eyes, you can never build him nor build anything better with him. I will tell you something, guys. Have you ever heard these women who say they found men from nothing, built them, gave them money, gave them job, bought them land, started them a family, gave them kids, and then the man cheated on them, or the man left them, or the man got money and forgot about them? This is what happens. We always forget that we have to live with a man in the way he wants his life to be, because they were created leaders. So before you put your hands in your pocket and you take your money to help a man become a man as his wife or his girlfriend, you must understand that that is not your responsibility. And if that is not your responsibility, you must devise a way on how you can help this man without breaking the power or his ego within his responsibility. When you choose a man, or if you choose a man who only thinks not beyond his eyes, he thinks only about the money you are giving him. He thinks only on how tomorrow life will be with your money. He doesn't see that you're trying to help him. He thinks like by giving him money, he's losing his position as a man. What happens is he will look for someone else to give that money. So we continue to paragraph 2. As a woman, you must understand what position your man plays in the relationship. Without clear definition of roles, most relationships suffer domestic wrangles brought about by the lack of clear executions of responsibilities. What am I saying here, guys? If you do not understand what role my man plays, you will find yourself in wrangles with the man. If you have money more than the man has, and you're buying the family vehicle, you're buying a vehicle for the family, if you have a man who don't understand why you are buying that vehicle, you will never have peace in that house. You find this man who's gonna do some things and he doesn't want you to react. And when you react, the man says, is it because of the car that you bought that you're now behaving this way? Is it because of the house you built for us? You know, he wants now to do things and expect you not to react because you bought him a house, because you bought a car. And this is not his mistake. The problem is we always think that these men are toxic, these men are bad. It is what we call relationship execution wrangles, whereby a woman takes the position of a man in a family or in a house or in a relationship, and the man finds himself at a corner. You know, you as a woman, you're trying to do something good. You're trying to make the life of your husband better. You're trying to make the life of your boyfriend better. But you ain't doing it in the wrong way, in the right way. You are doing it the wrong way, where your man lacks and loses the pride and ego of being a man. And he starts seeing himself vulnerable. He starts seeing himself less a man than other men. My dear sisters, the worst situation is when a man parks his car in front or amongst other men, and he has to explain to these men that that car was bought by his wife. And I'll explain to you. Imagine you buy your man a car, and he drives and he goes to see his friends. His friends park their cars, and he also park his. And his friends start to talk about their cars, how they bought, how it's, maybe a guzzler, it's taking a lot of fuel from it. You know, you feel shy because they will ask you, when did you buy your car? From which showroom? His ego won't allow him to say, my wife bought it for me. But a woman finds pride, on contrary, a woman finds pride to park her car in front of other women and tell the women that, you know what? My husband bought for me this car. The women find it proud to say it, that my husband bought it. But men don't find pride in saying that. So if you know how to do it, you win. What happens and how do you do it? You only buy a man a car, a man who can afford that car. For example, I am dating you and I have money and I have a car. Perhaps I don't have it, but you know very well that the money this guy has can buy a car. But I know that he's doing a business right now. He's investing. He cannot buy a car. But he's working. The work for him is very hard. What do? I have money that I can buy him a car. You go and you gift him as a birthday. This man will not feel low. His ego will not die because he can afford it. What I mean is, you don't buy a lazy man what he cannot afford when you are a woman. However much you love a man, you don't do what we call responsibility execution wrangles. Sometimes I was teaching my student and I told her that, you know what? Sometimes when you are working and your man completely is can't afford, when you want to live peacefully with that man, eat at work, buy something and eat, then come home and just sit with him there. Just relax and let him show you his man enough to even try to tell you, can you buy us this? Mary, we don't have food, and my pocket is not good. Do you have some change so we can buy something and eat tonight? That man will be more proud, and his ego will not die, rather than you coming from work and bringing food, and you know very well that man has nothing. Men protect their ego just like women protect their hearts. So sometimes you could be thinking that you are buying cars for him, you are giving him a job, and then he leaves you and you think that was a bad man. He wasn't a bad man. That is how we are made. Men are made to work hard and build their families. So if you don't know how to build a man, you have a lot of money, you are employed, he's not employed, and you don't know how to build him, you might lose him for another woman. I'll read the third paragraph. And it says, never cross his boundary, but you must always be part of his leadership. Use your wisdom to make him find it easy and worth delegating some of his responsibilities to your plate. This will allow you to comfortably carry out his duties without him feeling insecure. What do I mean? When you want to do the things that you think your man is supposed to be doing, see him as a leader. Use your wisdom as a woman to let him delegate. That's why I said, if you're working and he's not working, and you know very well that there's no food at home, you know very well that there's nothing, he cannot build a house. You don't come with a plan to build a house for him. You will lose him. People sometimes don't get this, and I don't know how to put it. Most of the women are crying all over the world. Oh, I got this man with nothing. I've been here with him when he had nothing. Now I've made him who he is, and now he's running. Let me tell you what happens with these women. The tongue, the words you use on your man, makes him just be waiting for that time to leave. He doesn't have any, but you have. And every time you buy him something, you remind him of other men doing it. You talk bad words on him. Why don't you go and work the same like other men? For how long will I be feeding you as a man? I think men like you are out there doing, you see, you have it and you're feeding him and you're talking bad. You're telling him words that are piercing him. It is better you even slap your man than tell him words that pierce him. Men are factual. They don't feel. They are factual. When you tell them, it gets facts into their head. And when facts get into men's head, they will just be there because there's nowhere they can go. So they don't have a job and you have. And every day when you come back, you're talking shit. I'm tired of a man like you. Men like you are outside there struggling and making, ends meet. Yes, you're feeding him. You're paying his bills. But the words you're telling him, when that guy gets a job, he will not be there. Wanjiku, thank you. Wanjikumburu, thank you for the gift. These are the women you hear everywhere saying they found their men with nothing. They helped them and lifted them to get a job, to feed them, and blah, blah, blah. Now, the man has gotten a job, he's gone. It is called execution of responsibilities wrangles. If you create wrangle, competition, fights within responsibilities that is in the house, you will lose your man. A man that was maybe better, a man that was good, a man that you could keep. Your tongue as a woman has power on your man. When your man is low, sometimes you marry the guy who had everything and he loses his job and you remain with your job and you're now feeding him. Don't ever speak bad things on that man. Nicole, I want to reply to you. Mostly, I don't always reply to comments when I'm teaching. When I started this live, I said, I'm talking about true men. So when I hear somebody saying some men, what I always say is, the some men you're talking about are wrong men in your life. Once you have a real man, once you do your work properly, and you find the man you deserve, you will never be talking about some men. You'll be talking about my man. When you see somebody talking about men, women, there's a problem. Because you cannot be dating some men. You can only be date a man. So my man, coach, my man does this. But when you talk about some men, maybe for you, you are okay. Your man is good with you. Why are you bothered about some men? Why are you bothered about some men? It is about my man. Coach, what you are saying, I don't see it with my man. What can I do? What could be the problem? I'll tell you, hey, Nicole, maybe your communication. Try to watch how you communicate with him. Maybe you've been helping him, but the way you are talking to him is not respectful. Do you know, guys, a man who is respected, for example, I'll tell you something, and this is funny. Sometimes, I just break up and then I just say my things on live here, but I'm not supposed to be sharing these personal things. Do you know the person that I date today, my fiance, we don't argue on responsibilities. It doesn't matter who cooks. It doesn't matter who washes the clothes. It doesn't matter who mops. It doesn't matter who cleans the electronics and who wipes the seats. It doesn't matter to us. It doesn't matter who sends who to the shop to buy airtime or something. It doesn't matter to us who brings to who water. What matters to us is what is the other one doing so I can bring that water to them. Why? Because respect has been bestowed in our relationship. She respects me to the letter. One thing that I love my fiancé about is respect. It's number one, is respect. My voice is her command, but I don't command her. So respect is number one. That respect that I get makes me to do anything, no matter what I am or who I am. It doesn't matter. She can say, honey, I need water to drink. I'll bring it. Why? Because there's respect. The moment you respect your man, ladies, I will tell you something. What your man is asking for is that respect. And you can never respect your man when you are dating the wrong man. I want to repeat that so you understand. You can never respect a man when you are dating a wrong man. That is why most of you are wondering, how can I respect him? How do you respect such kind of a man? He is a wrong man in your life. When you find the right man in your life, the respect comes automatically. You cannot compete, you cannot fight for respect. And when you find somebody that you can respect, responsibilities doesn't become a question. Responsibilities just get into itself. You do these things without questioning. You go and cook while your wife is just there watching television, and you don't mind. And it doesn't appear to you like you're being used. You know, we have men that when they go to the kitchen to cook and the wife is watching television, that is a taboo. A taboo that, oh my God, they can call all of their ancestors to come and cleanse in their home because he cooked and the wife was watching television. Do you know why? Guys, when you two people meet each other, you are called partners. I have never seen a relationship where one person is called slave and the other one is a boss. Every relationship, there is one word that is used. We are partners. A partner means we are same. We are defined by same thing. Let me tell you, when respect comes, everything finds its place. That is your partner. Don't mistreat him. Don't push him. But women, you must know how to communicate. Communication is the power. You communicate respect, you find love back. Now, I will read the next paragraph. Remember, a great man who understands his position and his role in a relationship does not take credit when things go well, but takes the blame when things go south. A man who is respected, and I'll give an example, will always take the blame, but will always give credit to their wives. No man takes credit. They always give it to their wife. That is why they say, behind a successful man, there is a woman. They have never said behind a successful woman, there's a man. Why? Because a man is supposed to give credit. And a man is supposed to take what we call the blame. That is why they say, if you're not successful, there's no woman in your life. But if you're successful, there's man. That is how selfish love is. So why do we say that? This is how a man protects her woman. You can have a fight at home. And if you respect your man, because fight is something that will happen every time. Relationships have got issues. No relationship is just clean without fights. You can fight anytime. And fight doesn't mean it gets physical or abusive or something like that. Fight can be sometimes he just wanted water in a glass. Do you know, guys, just a glass of water can make you have a very bad night. A man could want, like I have my brother, my elder brother, doesn't drink water on plastic, anything plastic cup, plastic, there's some plastic, what do you call those things? The plastic non-reusable. How do we call those things? So my brother doesn't like water on those things, my elder brother. And perhaps, for example, you are his wife and you bring him water on that kind of form. Nicole is saying it's called form. That alone can make you have an argument. And that argument can get into something bigger. All right? If it gets into something bigger, your man will protect you when this reaches to a place where this is possible. Thank you so much, Alana. When it reaches a point where you need to reach someone like your parents, if it reaches your parents, your man will be there defending you. He will say that, no, ma'am, no, I understand. It was my mistake. It was my mistake. That is how men take the blame. It wasn't his mistake. You as a wife know very well that this guy doesn't like water in a form or in disposable, but you bring it in disposables, in a glass. When you respect that man, even when you quarrel, but the fight reaches, or maybe the shout reaches your mom's house, the man will still defend you. The man will say, "No, mom, it was my mistake." He will take the blame and give you the credit. That is how it happens. When you find a man who loves his wife, when you see introductions, like for example, the politicians, like I want you to think about Barack Obama. When Barack Obama is with Michelle Obama and he's speaking to people, do you always see how he mentions Michelle's name? Talk of some people who have their wives so close to them. You will always see the man saying that, "Oh, my name is John Gora, I'm a life coach, and I've walked here with my wife. When you see me dressed like this, when you see me happy, it's because of her, and you should thank her for allowing me to serve you." Why would a man say that? Why would a man tell all the crowd that when you see him dressed like that, it's because of the woman? But in reality, he's the one buying those clothes. He's the one who built the home. He's the one buying food for that woman. But still, he's giving credit. He doesn't take it. Why? Because when the woman respects the man and gives the man the space to perform his responsibilities well at home, the man will always take the blame. Trust me. If in your life today, Sir Like is saying, "I do most house duties, but my wife will never appreciate it." This is the problem, brother. I know most of us pass through the same. Guys, I don't know why people are not liking this video. I don't know whether you don't like it, guys. We are 76 and only 3.6K likes. I think we can do better than that. You can do better than that. You can like this video, guys. You can tap your screens to at least even something like, 10 or 10,000 like that, or something better than what we have right now. Go ahead. Igia at live, thank you for the gift. Let us tap the screen, guys. Let us tap the screen. Let us get it to even 10 or 20,000. I'll appreciate. I'm going to read the next chapter, guys. So, as a great woman, this is where you must play a critical role of being his stability, to remind him that it is okay to lack, to remind your man that it is okay to be assisted, to motivate your man and make him not feel guilty of not being great at whatever he does. All right? If he did not do something well, as a woman, you should be the motivator. You should motivate him. You should motivate your man to not lose his pride and ego. Men work on ego. A good woman reminds his man that, "Oh, daddy, I know you don't have, but I know that you can." A good woman sees his man trying to apply for jobs and is not getting that job, but she has money. She tells her man that, "Oh, daddy, come. You have been applying for jobs and you're not getting any calls. Why don't we do something else? Why don't we?" You don't tell your man, "Why don't you do something else?" You're always just walking. I don't know. I don't know what kind of a mind you have. Why don't you even talk to your friends? A good woman reminds her man that even though it is hard, I believe in you. I know you can. But baby, can't we do something different? You have some money. You want to start a business for him. You want to make him get something. You will make him do it without knowing you are helping him, so that he doesn't go and give your money to another woman. This is how it is done, ladies. And I will give you an example. Daddy, you know what? I think you have really struggled looking for a job. Why don't we do something different? He will be like, "But honey, what are we going to do? You know, I got no money. I've drained everything from my account. I'm just thinking about traveling maybe far away from here to look for some opportunities." Tell him, "Daddy, relax. Don't you think we have some money left? We'll be like, no, I drained everything. I don't have anything left in my account. Relax. We have something. I have some little money. Don't you think that can help us to start something for us? Or even if you think it's wrong, why don't I loan you? I can give you as a loan. Take it and try something else. I know you are good at business. I know you used to do business before you got employed. Why don't you get into it? You know, that man will never think like you are helping him. He will feel like you are helping us, the family. You are helping the family. But, oh, let me use a bad term again today. I will remove it after using it. My dear sisters, forgive me for using this bad term. The ladies we have today, the daughters of Jezebel, that is a bad term I'm using, but sorry, you guys are not. But let me just use it so that I spice this live here. Daughters of Jezebel will never come and tell their husbands, Daddy, don't you think we have something? This is how they say. That's how they look at their husband. So what do you think we can do? I was having some money. If you want, you can take it. If you think you need it so much, you can take it. I have some money in my account. Maybe it can help you. Do you think that guy will take your money, use it, and still have you with him? That guy is going to take your money, he will put it in business, and he will look for another woman. Trust me. And that is what is happening with us. Women have got money, but they don't know how to help their men to come up. Your tongues, the things you consume on social media, the videos you watch, the people you follow, people who can never help you to understand how to help your men. This man, you're married to him. You cannot leave him because he doesn't have a job. You cannot leave him because he doesn't have a work. He had it and he lost it. And you know this is a guy who has been hard working. How are you going to leave him? How are you going to tell him how stupid he is? You want to remind him how, men like you are really working hard. By the way, and this is how you guys talk. By the way, did you see my neighbor? He just bought his wife, blah, 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 blah. You want to undermine this guy. You want to kill his ego. You want to make this guy stay home. He doesn't even want to get outside the room because he's feeling guilty of being a man who cannot provide. But this is your husband. This is not just a man. He's your husband. You can't leave him because he doesn't have any. We don't know about tomorrow. Just know how to help your husband. I'll read the next line. This is, okay, at this moment, when you come in to offer support for your man, make sure he doesn't lose his ego. This is not possible when the environment you offer him is full of competition and insecurities. A woman can't provide to a man who is not in, can provide to a man who is not insecure with her provision. But this takes a lot of caution and well-calculated move from the woman to make it work. What I meant by this statement here when I was writing this note for my student, I meant that a woman can provide to a man who is not insecure. But when your man is insecure, never provide. When your man feels competition, when you are trying to help him to come up, never try. Only men who will not be insecure, men who will not lose their ego, supposed to be helped. Whether it is money, whether it is job, whether it is connections, find for them and help them to come up. They will become great men in the future. A woman, okay, the second lane is remember when a man loses the power, and this is very important, women. Listen to this statement. And I want you to listen to this keenly because it is very important. When a man loses power of his home, he loses power of his home. He rushes out of the home to find a place where his power can be felt. So, you women who have been giving men money, buying men plots when the men never had money, and telling them things, and there are men who are insecure. The reason why they are leaving you for those low class women, as you always say, that sasa huyu na aliona nini kwa huyu jamaa, huyu sasa aliona nini, yani like what don't I have? What was he seeing in this woman? What he was seeing is his power is felt on that woman. That is what the men see. You always ask, this is the answer. Kwani mwanaume alikuwa anaona nini kwa mwanamke? This man, what was he seeing in this woman? What he's seeing is he can exercise his power over that woman, because that is what God has given to men. The power over a woman, not to dictate, but to dominate and lead her. So when he's seeing that the woman is becoming a leader, the woman is becoming dominant, the woman is exercising her power more than he is. Even if you have billions and driving limousine or Lamborghini and you bought him a Rolls Royce, he will leave you and take your maid. He will leave you and take a kienyeji. He will leave you and take anyone else. You understand that? So make sure that you make him exercise his powers. Okay, that is why a lot of women have lost it after providing material things to the men they love, only to find the same men cheating on them with low-class women. Know how to change your man's position to that which you want, if at all you feel more powerful material-wise. When you have money more than your husband, when you have a good job more than your husband, know how to take responsibilities of the house. Do not dominate the house. Do not make that man feel that he cannot now buy anything. Do not make him feel that because of you he's driving. Do not make him feel that because of you he is living in that house. Do not make him feel that because of you your children are studying. That man is going to leave. And it is not a toxic man. This is what I want you to understand. That man is not a bad man. The problem is you are taking his position, and no man will accept their position to be taken. No man will accept. It's not being toxic. The men you see are there. The men you see that are in relationships and their wives are doing everything for them. Let me tell you, what they are doing in secret, when those wives or those women will come to know, they will even kill themselves. No man is going to take it that their women are providing everything. They will not take. No man takes it. Even Adam was only given Eve after being given everything by God. Listen, take note. A man lives his fullest life when he is in the lead and feeling the power to exercise his authority, not to dominate negatively, but to satisfy what he believes is his mandate and expectations. A man will live his fullest life. He will feel okay. He will feel busy. He will feel big when he exercises his full authority. Jane, yesterday, I'm on my way. A man sees every woman as his own child. A man sees every woman as his own child. That's why a woman who is having a son, an adult son, but is not married, has a very difficult time to get married because their son won't allow them. Their sons will never allow them. Their sons will be thinking that the man who's coming is going to, not take care of their mothers. Men, women, ladies, like daughters, if you have a daughter, daughters will even find their mother a husband. Trust me. If you find a single mother who has got daughters, it was easy for a single mother with daughters to get married than a single mother with a son. If your son grows to an adult age that he can now marry, it will not be easy for a woman to get married. But when a woman has got, um, you know, daughters, even these daughters can find their mother a man, and that is it. Once a man sees a woman, they see a daughter in every woman. So the mother, that's why men are always closer to their mothers. It is not like it's a love of protection. No, they know it is their father who can protect them, but they are going to their mother to protect their mother. Daughters run to their father because they are looking for protection. Men run to their mothers to protect them, not looking for protection. They know where the protection is in their father. That is what happens. So let your man exercise his authority, not to dominate you negatively, but to dominate you positively, to satisfy what he believes is his mandate and expectations as a man.